Hey everyone, it's Biscord, and this is not even gonna be a log video. So earlier on today, I woke up. I know that's not important at all.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you
We
something.
don't care.
But upon waking up, I got sent spoilers for chapter 290 of My Hero Academia, and it's basically called Dabi's Dance. Right? Watch me do my dance in these $1,000. Anyways, so it basically exposes a part of Dabi's backstory and it exposes his true identity, which, as we all know, is Toya Todoroki. So Dabi is Todoroki's brother, Shoto Todoroki's brother. And honestly speaking, I don't know what to say. I'm quite shocked, but I'm not. Everybody suspected that Dabi was a Todoroki since the day of his debut. So I'm not really surprised. We're like, oh my god, it's such a reveal. It's such a big thing. Nobody saw this coming. Because literally everybody saw this coming. At some point, it was canon thoughts. We all shared a hive mind and we all believed, yes, Dabi definitely is a Todoroki. Just because he was a fire user. So when he reveals himself in this chapter where he's just like Dabi's approaching Todoroki, Enji, and Shoto, and then Enji, aka Endeavor, is just like, Dabi! And Dabi's just like, don't call me Dabi, because Toya is such a great name. Immediately right there he exposes, yeah, I am your long lost son. I am a Todoroki, boy. What you gonna say about that? Then he removes his like hair dye with a splash of water. One that is the weakest hair dye ever, and that was such an unusual reveal. So he like splashes water on his head, and he's just like, "Yeah, I am Toya Todoroki." And then it shows us like a backstory of how Dabi showed his mom first all of his burn wounds before he showed anybody else. So at this point, we're all like, okay, finally, what we've been theorizing is now fact. But we all saw this coming. So it's not as much of a shocker to us. The only part of it that is a shock to us is that it got revealed now out of all times. Like the creators just throwing as much fire into this pot as possible. So it's just coming with surprises left, right, and center. We had the last chapter where we found out that Bakugo actually is still alive. He's clinging onto life. And, we have all of these situations where this arc has been throwing so much fire. So when throwing Dabi's reveal into it, we're just like, yes, adds fire, literally, into the pot. But the fact that we all saw it coming is personally for me what just makes this whole situation disappointing. Because I'm like, yay, the theory is correct. But fuck, I saw it coming. We all saw it coming! It's been there since his debut. Since his debut in chapter 57, right? And ever since that chapter, when we first saw this guy, the moment we saw he could use fire, we're like, yep, that's it. It's kind of obvious, man. This guy he's a Todoroki. Okay, at first I was just like, that is an unusual conclusion to come up to, especially with the fact that you just see him use a quirk and I assume that he's part of the family. And then people provided more evidence, like how during the raid at the villain's base, when Gran Torino started listing everybody, he was like, Himiko Toga. And then he like named everybody and their alias and their actual names, except for Dabi Todoroki. And people were like, oh, they probably didn't say that because he was unconscious and he wasn't going to respond anyways, because previous to the announcements of everyone's names, Gran Torino had immediately knocked Dabi out cold, like a kick to the head. This guy was out cold, and they were like, okay, that's the reason why he didn't reveal the name, but it's also trying to like hide the fact that he is a Todoroki. And I was like, okay, that's enough for me. That's enough for me. Yeah, this guy's definitely a Todoroki. But anyways, cut to this chapter. We see basically Dabi greets Endeavor, and he's just like, yeah, don't call me Dabi because Toya is such a great name. And then he does this, like he splashes his hair with water. I don't know where he got the jug of water from, but he just splashes his hair with it, and then his hair is white. So that's impressive because like a lot of fan art wanted his hair to be red, like pure red, like Endeavor. So his hair is pure white. It takes off to his mother's side, and we're all just like, okay, that's lit. And then we get a backstory about Dabi and how Dabi showed his mom first. Yes, I have already said this at the beginning. And then Dabi is basically implying, and he rants on to Endeavor about how he's like, you really think you're going to move on with life and try and atone for your sins from the past after you did this type of shit to me. Nah, that ain't happening. I'm going to hell and I'm dragging you down with me. And that's basically how it is. Like, he speaks with such passion. And if you look at the image, right, if you go on Twitter, you'll see a post by Anime Balls Deep where he shows a picture of Dabi doing this certain type of stance, and then it shows like a picture of the Joker movie poster, and he's like, please tell me you don't see that this is the same type of energy or something like that. And honestly speaking, it does. It definitely gives that same type of energy. So, like, fuck. This chapter was surprising, again, I say, because it came at this specific time in the war arc, and it could kind of spell unusualness for the end of the BNHA manga as a whole, because now Endeavor has a burnt lung. So even though he's fighting, I don't think he's going to be a hero for that long anymore. Unless he's gonna try and do what All Might did with the whole stomach situation, just fight through it like a true hero. But Endeavor is out of commission. Bakugo is at the verge of death. A lot of heroes are just practically fucked up. So this war arc, it seems like it's reaching its climax, and we're like 70% complete with the entire My Hero Academia series. Even though Izuku has like 4 more quirks to unlock, it's weird, but that's how it is. Again, weird that the reveal got put right here, right now. But again, we all saw it coming. We've seen it coming, and again, it's quite disappointing. It's like, yes, we're happy that it is there, but we're also disappointed. It's like, really? It was that easy to find out? It was that easy to find out that he's a Todoroki? I bet. Fine. Let's just leave it. Okay. That's it. But the reveal, cool nonetheless. This chapter was better than its last chapter. The whole conversation between Toga and Uraraka. That was much better than that last chapter. So it's a really good chapter after like a while. After seeing the whole Izuku battle, and after Izuku got knocked out, we got the Uraraka chapter, which is actually honestly very disappointing. I expected a deeper conversation between Uraraka and Toga. But other than that, this one is like, it stands out. It stands out even though we expected it to happen. It really just stands out. And honestly speaking, I would rate this chapter specifically, I would rate it a 9 out of 10. Yeah, definitely. I'm rating this chapter a 9 out of 10 just because of we also get a slip of Dabi's past. And well, we need to see the chapter that comes out after this, chapter 291, when it comes out probably next week or 2 weeks from now. We get to see more into Dabi's backstory. But for now, kind of disappointed, kind of excited. It's like 50-50. Yet I'm rating it a 9 out of 10. It's unusual, but that's how I saw this chapter upon waking up and reading the spoilers. And yeah, I guess that's it, because this has been Biscord signing out. See ya.